3-1 Transversals and Angles. Unit 3 covers transversals to the fullest. A transversal is a line that cuts through two other lines making 8 angles. In this image here, the transversal is line P, because this line here cuts through two other lines and makes 8 angles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now there's pair names that we need to kind of go through to make sure we can cover it all. So this whole section today covers all the names and where they are located. So before we can get to the specific names, we need to understand what it means to be exterior and interior angles. Exterior are the angles on the outside of two given lines. When it says given, it means the ones that are in green, the ones that are cut by my transversal. So on the outside of the two green lines, it would be angles 1, angle 2, angle 7, and angle 8. Then interior, the angles on the inside of the two given lines. Remember, the given are the green ones, so on the inside would be considered angles 3, angle 4, angle 5, and angle 6. So the first of the four names is consecutive interior angles. I also use this term same side interior. So they're the two non-adjacent, remember those, that means that they're not touching, interior angles on the same side of the transversal. So same side of the transversal means they're either both here or both here. And on the interior means on the inside, so they're either in here or in here. So my two options would be, example, angle 3 and angle 5, or angle 4 and angle 6. Remember, these are pairs, so they have to come in twos, meaning you have to write two angles to make the pair same side interior. The second one, alternate interior angles. There are two non-adjacent interior angles on opposite sides of the transversal. So interior opposite sides, for example, this one and this one, or this one and this one. So angle 3 and angle 6, or angle 4 and angle 5. Next one, alternate exterior. Sounds the same as interior, but now it's outside. So outside, opposite sides, meaning outside, outside on the opposite, or this one with this one. So I have angle 1 and angle 8, or angle 2 and angle 7. The definition for corresponding is probably the most confusing. So two non-adjacent, one on the interior, so let's say 3, one on the exterior, each on the same side of the transversal. So 3, same side would be along here. So this one's on the inside, which means the second one has to be on the outside. So I have this option or this option. But it says non-adjacent, which means it can't be one. So it's going to be this one here. So there's 4 options for corresponding. They are angle 1 and angle 5. So this one and this one. Angle 2 and angle 6. Angle 3 and angle 7, the two I already circled. And lastly, angle 4 and angle 8. All four of those are options of corresponding angles. So now that I listed them all, you want to make sure you study these key terms to be ready for any vocab, any identifying that we need to do for the rest of this unit. These examples state to refer to this picture here and give a special name for each angle pair. Here's a list of special names. Now keep in mind that these first two were from last unit, but they're still possible, they can still be used. And these four are my new ones. But notice that there's 3 lines. I'm going to scribble out the one we're not using per problem, so that way it doesn't get in the way and it doesn't confuse us. So the first one says angle 3 and 5. I have 3 here and 5 here. This line is touching 3. This line touches 5. And this line touches 3 and 5. Therefore, this one that's not being used, I'm just going to scribble out. So, let's see. I'm looking at 3 and 5. Out of all those options, which one does it look like? This one is corresponding. And let's restart. The next one, 6 and 12. 6 is here, 12 is up here. This line touches 6, this line touches 12, this line touches both. So the only one not being used is this middle one. So opposite sides on the outsides would make that alternate exterior. Go ahead and figure out the rest of them, and I'll reveal them one at a time. Here is C. Here is D. Here is E. F is alternate interior. G is 4 and 10, which is right here. Remember, opposite sides of intersecting lines, those are vertical angles. And H, 6 and 7, two angles that make a straight line or a linear pair. Make sure you have this all copied down so we can move on. And the last one state, name the transversal that forms each pair of angles, then identify the special name for the angle pair. The transversal is a line that touches both. So we're going to find the one that touches both of them. For example, 4 is here, 10 is here. So the line that touches both 4 and 10 would be this one here, which is line G. And then I want to name them. So these are alternate interior angles. The next one is 2 and 12. So this line touches it again. Therefore, that is line G. But these are on the outside, so this is going to be alternate exterior. What's the line for 7 and 3? It is line F, and that makes it, these would be corresponding. The next one would be line K, and those are consecutive interior. Here's E. And here's F.